Urgent Montreal Canadiens fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Montreal Canadiens updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey there, Canadiens fans! Today, I've got some news that's going to shake things up in the hockey world, especially here in Montreal. You know, as we all follow the NHL season, it's impossible not to get caught up in the buzz of trades, rumors, and roster moves, especially during the hectic period of free agency. And let me tell you, this one is particularly exciting because it involves a potential blockbuster move that could change the landscape of the Canadiens roster for the upcoming season. So buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you might just blow your mind. Now, we all know that the Montreal Canadiens have been in a bit of a rebuild phase lately. After missing the playoffs last season, the team has been actively looking for ways to strengthen their squad, to add that extra punch that can make a real difference on the ice. And of course, the focus has been on bolstering their offense, solidifying their defense, and adding some veteran leadership to guide the younger players. But, as you all know, in the NHL, sometimes the biggest moves happen off the ice, behind the scenes, during the free agency period. And that's exactly where we find ourselves today, with some intriguing rumors swirling around that could lead to a major shakeup for the Canadiens. Let's talk about this player that has everyone talking. Now, I'm not going to drop his name just yet, that's coming later, but what I can tell you is that he's currently playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, you heard right. The Leafs, one of the Canadiens' biggest rivals, and a team that always seems to be at the center of some kind of controversy or blockbuster deal during free agency. This player, who's considered one of the top talents in the league, is estimated to be worth around $77 million. That's a huge chunk of change, but it's also a reflection of his talent, his impact on the game, and his potential to elevate any team he joins. Now, what makes this particular rumor even more intense is the fact that the Canadiens are reportedly very interested in bringing him aboard. And why wouldn't they be? This guy's skill set is exactly what the team needs right now. He's a versatile forward, capable of playing both ends of the ice, and he's known for his scoring ability, his hockey IQ, and his leadership qualities. For the Canadiens, it's a chance to add a real game-changer, someone who can help them compete at a higher level and push them closer to the playoffs. Imagine the potential impact of adding a player like this, an instant boost to their offensive line, a veteran presence in the locker room, and a player who can help develop the younger talent. But, of course, all of this comes with a lot of questions. How will the Maple Leafs respond? Will they be willing to part ways with such a valuable asset? And, more importantly, what are the Canadiens willing to give up in return? These negotiations are always tricky, especially when rivalries are involved. The Toronto-Montreal rivalry is one of the most intense in all of sports, and seeing a player move from one side to the other would definitely add fuel to the fire. It would be a story that fans would be talking about for years, and it would certainly energize the Canadiens fan base, who are always eager for a bold move to turn the tide in their favor. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The NHL offseason is a time of strategic planning, of teams weighing their options, and of players weighing their futures. The free agency period is a pivotal moment because it's where teams can really reshape their rosters. They're looking for that missing piece, that veteran player who can bring experience and skill to complement the younger core. For the Canadiens, this move, if it materializes, could be exactly what they need to take the next step forward. And it's not just about adding talent. Sometimes, that big signing can send a message to the rest of the league, that Montreal is serious about competing, that they're willing to make bold decisions to elevate the team. It could also inspire the young players on the roster, giving them a mentor figure, and creating a culture of winning and ambition. That's what every fan dreams of, right? Seeing their team make bold, strategic moves to reach the top. But let's not forget about the other side of the coin. The Maple Leafs, who have been a competitive team in recent years, will have to consider whether they're willing to let go of one of their key players. Losing him could impact their lineup, their chemistry, and their chances of contending next season. It's a tough decision, and it's one that the Leafs management has to weigh carefully. Sometimes, the value of a player can't be measured just in dollars, but in what he brings to the team's identity and performance on the ice. And speaking of performance, let's talk about this player's stats and contributions. Over the past few seasons, he's been a consistent scorer, often tallying more than 30 goals per year, and his assists are equally impressive. His speed and agility make him a nightmare for defenses, and his ability to perform in clutch moments is well known among NHL fans. He's also a leader in the locker room, known for his work ethic and his dedication to the game. These qualities make him one of those rare players who can truly change the course of a franchise's future. Now, it's worth mentioning that the Canadiens have been building a young core of talented players, like Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and Juraj Slafkovsky. These guys are the future of the franchise, and adding a veteran superstar could be the perfect way to mentor them and accelerate their development. Imagine the chemistry that could develop on the ice when you have a seasoned player guiding the younger ones, setting an example with his work ethic and leadership. That's the kind of environment every team dreams of creating, especially when trying to climb back into playoff contention. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NHL. Rumors are just that, rumors. But the fact that this name is being floated around so heavily means there's some real substance behind it. The negotiations behind closed doors are always complex, involving multiple layers of interest, salary cap considerations, and strategic planning. But if this move happens, it could be one of the defining moments of this offseason, a move that could ripple across the league and reshape the playoff picture for next year. Now, let's talk about the fans. As you all know, the Montreal Canadiens faithful are some of the most passionate in the NHL. They've been patiently waiting for a team that can contend again, that can give them hope for the future. And a move like this, to acquire a player of this caliber, would send shockwaves through the community. It would spark debates, excite the fans, and create a buzz that would last all summer long. It's the kind of move that could turn the tide of public opinion, reinvigorate the fanbase, and bring a renewed sense of optimism heading into the next season. And, of course, the media and hockey analysts are already speculating. Some say this is just a negotiating tactic, others believe there's real momentum behind the deal. The truth is, until an official announcement is made, we can only speculate. But one thing is certain, Montreal Canadiens fans are watching this story unfold with bated breath. Every new rumor, every leak from sources close to the negotiations, just adds fuel to the fire. It's a roller coaster, and we're all riding along, hoping for a happy ending that sees our beloved Canadiens land this game-changing player. In the broader context, this move, if it comes to fruition, would also send a message to the entire NHL. Montreal is back in the game, making bold decisions, and willing to invest in top-tier talent to get back into the playoff picture. That kind of boldness can change the dynamic of the league, and it can inspire other teams to follow suit. For the fans, it's an exciting time, full of hope and anticipation. For the players, it's a reminder that their careers can change in an instant, based on one decision, one trade, or one signing. And for us, the fans, it's a never-ending story of passion, loyalty, and the love of the game. As we wait for more updates, we should remember that the NHL offseason is a fluid, unpredictable environment. Deals can fall apart at the last minute, surprises can emerge out of nowhere, and sometimes the best moves are the ones no one saw coming. But one thing is clear, the Montreal Canadiens are in the midst of a pivotal moment, and whatever happens next could define the direction of the franchise for years to come. Whether this player joins Montreal or stays in Toronto, the excitement is palpable, and the hope for a brighter future is alive and well. So, Canadiens fans, keep your eyes glued to the news, stay tuned to updates, and keep that passion burning. Because no matter what, this offseason promises to be one of the most thrilling in recent memory. And I'll be right here, bringing you all the latest, breaking down every twist and turn of this incredible story. Remember, the NHL never sleeps, and neither do we. The future of the Canadiens could be about to change forever, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Montreal Canadiens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news.